everybody. My name is Siobhan Brown. We're doing a wee piece in Irish at the start, and then I'll do it in English for you, at the request of Brian Group. So it's Misha Siobhan de Brun, and this is Misha and Tara Horace Sibilta. But white on fiha is falcha a curve gach dinia kun, a killu le Michael, agus Ansha, agus Edith Pasu in ceremony shop. But while on weirhas a son a horse a clana agus the carja agus optic cashful on a bit and shop len a last special shop. For beast na linda hui heart a still logum commission on a doyi a country. So, as I said, my name is Siobhan Brown and I am a civil registrar. I'm very, very pleased to welcome everybody here today to celebrate with Michael and Angela as they go through the marriage ceremony. I would like, on their behalf, to thank you all, their family and their friends, for being here today on this, their special day. You have all shared and contributed to their lives in the past. By witnessing the marriage ceremony today, Angela and Michael are going to invite you to share their future commitment together. And just on a small housekeeping note, I'd like to remind you, if you don't mind, to please put on silent or turn off your mobile phone, if you don't mind. I'll give you a wee minute to do that. Siobhan and Connor here from the Gateway Hotel are also present in the room. They're here to assist anyone who may need their help during the course of your time here. If you want to go out for air or water or anything at all, they're here to everybody except the bride. They're very welcome. They'll look after you, so they're here. And thanks very, very much, Siobhan and Connor. It's been absolutely brilliant. Everything we asked for, everything you've done, you're very, very good. Thank you very much. You're all very welcome to take photographs, but at the end of our ceremony, we have Peter and we have Joe. They're here. Joe, well, he's on the video from afar, but he is on the video. And we have Peter here. He's going to be going around taking different shots at different angles, and let him get his best shots. Let him get everything for the bride and groom, for the best memories, and he's going to be just snapping away. But at the end of the ceremony, when you, Peter, tell me it's okay to invite everybody up, there's a fantastic shot here when the bride and groom and the bridal party are here with all these other wee mini brides. They'll be all up for a shot, so it'll be an amazing shot to get. So you're very welcome to come up at that stage when Peter gives me the go-ahead. So you can blame him for that one. For those of you who may not have attended a civil ceremony before, there are parts that will sound very formal and parts that will sound very familiar. Angela and Michael's ceremony has been made that bit more individual and unique by their own planning. With beautiful readings from Jude, Olga and Maria, and we have gorgeous music from Teresa Crowd. Can't count in Belfast, anyway. And Paul and Mike. They're here, and it's fabulous music. Even by listening to them, they're just amazing. So thanks very much, boys. So they're here. They're actually playing next door as well after the ceremony. So when the bride comes down this side, they're going out and they're meeting and greeting everybody outside the door in the foyer. And the boys are going to be setting up in here in the bar, and they're next door. And they're going to be playing there for the duration, for as long as it takes for your photographs and stuff on a beautiful day. So, and there's also a guest book going to be going around today. So the bride would love you to fill in the guest book as well, but not when you're full, when you're sober. No, I didn't say for me to say that actually. So, before our ceremony begins, I just want to wish you to every best in the world, best wishes to you two for everything, for everything, and forevermore, amen. So just enjoy it. So I'd like to ask the bride and groom to stand. They're going to do a very special wee ceremony. It's just, they're going to light a memory candle. This candle is in memory of those who are not with us today, but who are very much in our hearts. We are gathered here today in the presence of each other in order that this man and this woman will be joined together in the covenant of marriage. This is a union not to be taken lightly, inadvisedly or thoughtlessly, but seriously and with true affection and commitment. Michael and Angela, you both formally attended in the presence of a civil registrar. On that occasion, a declaration was signed by you both, stating that there was no impediment of kindred or alliance or any other lawful hindrance to your marriage today. That the consent of every person whose consent to such a marriage is by law required has been duly obtained. Now the bride and groom are going to light 2 individual candles. This symbolises their individuality today in their marriage. And now for first reading from Alden. Today is the day you will always remember, the greatest in anyone's life. I'm going to get emotional. You'll start the day off as 2 people in love and end it as husband and wife. It's a brand new beginning, the start of the journey with moments to cherish and treasure. And although there'll be times that you both disagree, these will surely be outweighed by pleasure. You will have heard many words of advice in the past when the secrets of marriage were spoken, but you know that the answers lie hidden inside where the bonds of true love lies unbroken. So live happy forever as partners and friends. It's the dawn of a new life for you, as you stand together with your love in your eyes from the moment you whispered, I do. And with luck, all your hopes and your dreams can be real. May success find its way to your heart. Tomorrow can bring you the greatest of joys, but today is the day it all starts. I do solemnly require and call on you both to make a verbal declaration in the presence of your witnesses to reaffirm that there is still no impediment of kindred or alliance or any other lawful hindrance to your marriage today. And Michael, must you first repeat these declarations after me. Repeat after me. I do solemnly and sincerely declare.
I do solemnly and sincerely declare.
That I know not.
That I know not.
Of any lawful impediment.
Of any lawful impediment.
Why I, Michael.
Why I, Michael.
May not be joined in matrimony.
May not be joined in matrimony.
To you, Angela.
To you, Angela.
Angela, the same, just repeat after me. I do solemnly and sincerely declare.
I do solemnly and sincerely declare.
That I know not.
That I know not.
Of any lawful impediment.
Of any lawful impediment.
Why I, Angela.
Why I, Angela.
May not be joined in matrimony.
May not be joined in matrimony.
To you, Michael.
To you, Michael.
Michael, do you understand the declarations you have made?
I do.
Have you made them of your own free will and without duress?
I have.
Angela. Angela, do you understand the declarations you have made?
I do.
Have you made them of your own free will and without duress?
Yes.
Michael, will you take this woman to be your wedded wife? Will you love her, comfort her, keep her in sickness and in health?
I will.
Angela, will you take this man to be your wedded husband? Will you love him, comfort him, keep him in sickness and in health?
I will.
Take a wee seat. Now I have a beautiful song, specially chosen by bride and groom first team.
First time ever I saw I thought the sun rose in your eyes and the moon and the stars were the gifts you gave. skies burn till dawn. An endless sky. The first time ever I kissed your mouth, I felt the moon in my head, like the trembling heart of a captive bird. That was there in my command. That was there in my command. The first time ever I saw
And now we have a lovely reading by Maria, especially chosen again by Cronenberg.
He Wishes for the Cloths of Heaven by William Butler Yeats. Had I the heavens embroidered cloths, enwrought with golden and silver light, the blue and the dim and the dark cloths of night and light and the half-light, I would spread the cloths under your feet. But I, being poor, have only my dreams. I have spread my dreams under your feet. Tread softly as you tread in my dreams.
Michael, would you repeat after me? I call upon the persons here present
I call upon the persons here present
to witness that I, Michael,
to witness that I, Michael,
take you, Angela,
take you, Angela,
to be my lawful wedded wife.
to be my lawful wedded wife.
Angela, the same, repeat after me. I call upon the persons here present
I call upon the persons here present
to witness that I, Angela,
to witness that I, Angela,
take you, Michael,
take you, Michael,
to be my lawful wedded husband.
to be my lawful wedded husband.
At this point, we come to exchange of rings. A very special wee man coming up to the rings. Ryan is coming up to our rings. Good man. Well done, Ryan. Let's invite the two witnesses up to Michael, if you'd like to come up here, please. And Margaret. We'll make a Margaret. Excuse me, sorry. Oh, so many Michaels. Margaret, so I'll do Margaret especially. Yes, sorry. Oh, sorry. Do you mind if we get Ryan back again, because we just didn't get the right shot?
Okay,
You
right.
can stay up if that's okay.
Yep.
Can Michael, you this side, please? You're here, Dermot, you're this side. Now you have to come here. Can I have those rings? Sorry. That's okay. Right, you want to do something?
We're so good about what we do.
You had to do it twice.
Thank you.
And another round of applause. So like, a ring is an unbroken circle. It has no beginning and it has no end. It symbolises unending and everlasting love, It's an outward sign of a lifelong promise that you two are both about to make to each other. Michael, I'd like you to give Michael the ring, please. Would the groom please take the ring, place it on the third finger of the bride's left hand, and repeat after me. Angela, I give you this ring
Angela, I give you this ring
as a symbol
as a symbol,
that I pledge my life to you.
as a symbol that I pledge my life to you.
I will love you,
I will love you,
honour and respect you
honor and respect you
in the happy and sad times.
in the happy and sad times.
I promise to be faithful
I promise to be faithful
only to you
only to you
as long as we both shall live.
as long as we both shall live.
And Margaret, I'd like you to give the bride the ring. The bride, please take the ring, place it on the third finger of the groom's left hand, and repeat after me. Michael, I give you this ring
Michael, I give you this ring
as a symbol
as a symbol
that I pledge my life to you.
that I pledge my life to you.
I will love you,
I will love you,
honour and respect you
honor and respect you
in the happy and sad times.
in the happy and sad times.
I promise to be faithful
I promise to be faithful
only to you
only to you
as long as we both shall live.
as long as we both shall live.
Be round of applause for me. And now, the bride and groom are going to light the unity candle to a wee bit of background music as well. So that Angela and Michael, they lit 2 separate candles at the beginning of our ceremony. This symbolised their separate lives, their separate families, and their separate sets of friends. Now, with the light from their individual candle, they've now united the 2 flames into one. The unity of this flame symbolises the union of your families, of your separate lives and friends, into commitment made in love and kept in faith. The 2 of you now have a fire that represents love, understanding, and your future. It will give you warmth and happiness even through your darkest times. This new fire represents a new beginning, a new life, and a new family. Bride and groom have also decided to do a lovely touch. It's a rose ceremony. They're each going to give each other's members of the family a rose. This symbolises love, loyalty and friendship within each other's families. Now, our last reading is by the beautiful Jude. She's in her final reading.
True Love by Robert Fulton. We're all a little weird, and life is a little weird. And when we find someone whose weirdness is compatible with ours, join up with them and fall in mutually satisfying weirdness. I call it love. True love.
Ask the bride and groom to stand for our last time today. So, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Civil Registration Act 2004, Michael and Angela, you've solemnly bound yourself together in wedlock before these witnesses. It now gives me great pleasure to announce that you are husband and wife. You may kiss your bride.
Good feeling.
has my heart in front. No life I own. For love.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I have your attention please? I'd like to take this opportunity just to welcome you all here to Little Show Gimme today. Would you all please stand now and welcome your bride and groom, the new Mr. and Mrs. Gailey, Angela and Michael. Ladies and gentlemen, can I have your attention please? We all put your hands together for Bernard.
We're down at the doorman just for you, mate.
I'd rather.
Right, I suppose we'll start off with the formalities and thank everybody for coming along today. It's been a fantastic day so far. I hope you've all enjoyed it. The meal was lovely, so thank you to the staff. And, where do we go from here?
Put your glasses on.
Anne's just asked me also to thank everybody that helped her get ready today. So the sisters, the cousins, and the sisters from other mothers, as she
Other
put it.
misters.
Other
My
misters.
sisters from other misters.
Okay. So thank you to everybody for that. It's been a fabulous day, and I hope you've enjoyed it so far. And hopefully these speeches will not end that. Okay.
I want 36 minutes.
I'm getting to that. I'm putting the balance on for sure. Now check this out, and apparently a good speech should last between 7 and 10 minutes. Okay? Now for those that have a pool goal on this, and how long this is going to last, you may be disappointed to hear that, but don't be, because nobody said this was going to be a good speech. So keep the clock running and keep watching, especially as there's two of us trying to fill the shoes of one man at the moment. So where do I go from here? I could just sit down and hand the mic over to Joe and get my own back on for what he did at his wedding, but I won't. Instead, I'm going to go down the more traditional route and attempt to dispense my own idea of sage advice and at the same time take a swipe at the groom. and remind him of his place. After all, you'll be reminded of it every day from now on, so you might as well get used to it. So let me begin by saying that it's an honour and a privilege to be here today. I get to speak without interruption, and you get to listen. This is a big thing, especially for a man who's been married for 19 years. Michael and Angela go way back. In fact, a lot of people gathered here today have known each other for nearly 30 years, and some even longer.
Oh no!
Oh yes. This thought initially made me pause, because I had no idea where the time went. However, having been speaking to Michael just a few nights ago, I realised that despite the passing of such a long time, we all remain good friends, and being in each other's company again, no matter how long it's been, feels right and just like yesterday. Except for one thing. There's a lack of perms, pixie boots, and cut-off denim jackets. In fact,
Not the cake.
maybe this is the very reason it took 30 years to get here.
Photos of you.
It's because we're all such good friends, and Michael's been a part of the family for so long, that I'm quite happy. In fact, no, scratch that. Honoured to give Angela to Michael to be his wife. Now, I'm supposed to welcome Michael to the family, but as I've already mentioned, he's been a part of the family for so long, there seems little point. But for the sake of etiquette, Michael, you're most welcome.
Thanks very much.
Now, as I was writing this, I was a little concerned I was getting a bit off track, as you are, I'm sure now. So I checked the official guidance on speeches, Google, and it seems there are a number of points I should cover, so I made a list. First of all, the welcome, done. The thanks, done. Their first meeting, I kind of skipped this, as I'm not sure any of us except Michael can remember, so I'll leave that one to him. Dig at the groom, done. Bride the early years, Joe's going to look after that, so. So we're on to the last one, number 6, sage advice. Okay. Now, this is the bit where I got a bit stuck. Sage advice and me, yeah, come on. So I turned to the guru of sage advice again, Google. And it turns out that the interweb's full of all sorts of advice, most of which is not fit for this occasion. So this will just have to suffice. Michael, just remember these 3 words. All, just, and only. You will hear them often. For example, all you need to do is, it only costs, and it just takes 5 minutes. This one you probably know. And your response on every occasion came from your father at the end of the table there at my wedding. Said, Barney, remember 2 words and you'll get through life with ease. Yes, dear. Okay? After all, women are not here to be understood, just loved. You'll be pleased to know that that's me nearly done. But just one thought before I hand over to Joe, the funniest man I know. Marriage is a meeting of 2 minds, 2 hearts and 2 souls. I think it's clear that Michael and Angela are an example of this. So thank you very much, and I'm going to hand you over to Joe now.
Thank you.
Angela the Early Years, as it is titled. As the step-in joint father of the bride, I feel that I have the liberty. I have the liberty of taking leave of absence on the tradition of what a father should say, and have a bit of a pop at my beloved fourth listener.
Thank you.
My earliest memory of Angela was when she was about, I don't know, 4 years older than me, which you still are. It was about 1980 at Christmas time when Olga and Angela got the same present. It was a fleece-lined waistcoat. Now, I'm a fashionista, but a fleeced waistcoat was never in, right? Now, the situation with Angela is she spends most of her life trying to be a little bit cool, a little bit stylish, and this effectively was the biggest fashion faux pas, although most loved. And I think it's the reason why you spend most of your life since then trying to be cool and stuff. I generally had the overriding sense that Angela was a bit wiser than me. Maybe it was because she always challenged the status quo in the Traynor household, which is a big risk in its own right. For example, Angela decided to move out once. We all know how dangerous that is to Gloria Traynor. Her fear alone and the strength it must have taken inside Angela to stand up there and go, Gloria, I'm moving out. There's only one reason to move out in the Traynor household. Well, two. Death or marriage. This is the reason why Bernard and Olga got married so young. It's also the reason that whenever Perpetua was 12 months old, she tried to clear off on the Shrewd Beach for 2.5 months. She was absolutely gutted when she was found. She thought she was great. Anyway, as I said, she likes to stick her neck out and try stuff. I would say that, in my opinion, I've always had this feeling about Angela that she was a bit sage, a bit worldly wise as a result of this sort of fortitude that she had. And I spent a lot of my youth following her around, trying to learn these wonderful things, thinking that she was quite sensible and grown up. But we all know Angela has an alter ego. Well, it's her ego. Sorry, darling. As a youngster, I would marvel at looking at Angela, and I'm going to have to read this because I wrote it down. I would just go, geez, you're the most intense, opinionated, uncompromising individual I ever met in my life. This was right up until Maria was born.
It's not a roast of all.
It's a roast of everybody. I started new yet. This sense of no-nonsense attitude, was a really strong characteristic in Angela and made her quite formidable as a character. She used this to great extent to break men at her will. Hairy-assed, muscle-bound mechanics hadn't got a chance. They were putting in their hands. This taught me two things that I need to remember in the future. Number one, instead of chastising the latest new boyfriend that came in by saying, don't ever mess with my sister or I'll kill you. Instead, I put my arm around them, hugged them, and reminded them that they've lost every argument for the rest of their life. The second thing was that I looked around me, and Northern Ireland's full of people like Angela. And I vowed never to marry anybody from this country. Angela, as we all know, is the smartest one of the Traynor clan. Someone's going to have to keep up with Michael's cerebral agility. She could literally turn her hand to anything. Well, I do remember specifically, whenever she was a kid, she was read a book that was written in Spoonerisms, and she was able to repeat the whole book back to everybody after hearing it once. But unfortunately, this cerebral skill that she had wasn't really applied to education. Instead, her allure was elsewhere, and that was in Larkstone Street. I blame Tricia and Fiona for breaking my sister and turning her into the animal that she is. This is a period where I spent a lot of time with Angela, not because she had a lot of sage advice, but because I could steal her fags off her, drink her beer, and smoke her mints. 2 out of 3 wasn't bad. Angela blossomed in this hedonistic lifestyle. I do remember remember one party where water was combined very effectively with flour to create a glue substance which was rubbed literally into everybody's hair. I have no idea where the inspiration came from this, but I do know that Trish's perm took 3 months to get it cleared out. At this point, we must solemnly think of absent friends. He too was as unhinged as everybody else in that house. His weeping, gnashing of teeth, and winking bum. Stood in good stead to fight along the sisters, Angela, Fiona, and Tricia. So I'd like to raise a toast to absent dogs. At this point, I'm going to have to talk about some other absent friends. Though since we brought up the topic of Harry without any tears, this next bit should be a double, right? Joe and Gloria. A couple that just worked well together. The perfect yin and yang. Gloria being the tough, uncompromising Irish matriarch. Joe being the gentle giant, come part-time heavy, come part-time Eucharistic minister. The Trainer household, it was typical. It was a strict regime of daily beatings and verbal abuse, with a good dollop of Catholic guilt thrown in just to stress. You have to give them credit though. They did raise the six of us without too many incidents with the police. Our father was a great guy, solid, fair, caring, loved us all dearly, and wanted nothing more for us all to be happy. And I know that what makes Angela happy, makes him happy. He would have welcomed Michael into his family with open arms, as the son he never had. Smart, sophisticated, dynamic, a good knowledge of Byzantine history, and full head of hair. By the way, this is neat gin. The yin to father's yang was Mrs. T, or Mother as we call her. Her nature is strong-willed, determined and single-minded, though she has the lioness's fury when it comes to protecting her own children. Her choice to take on the role of a powerful, influential matriarch has stood us all in good stead when we needed the fortitude in our own selves to look after the challenges that we faced in our own lives. Let's face it, trainers do love a good crisis. It does steel us, keeps us focused, and above all makes us stronger. And this is our mother's gift to us. We should therefore remember and sympathise with the struggle she faces every day. Not only her loss and her illness, but above... I'm gonna go! Right from home. But above all, the fact that she is not the person she once was. And she isn't the strong, uncompromised driving force behind the family that she used to be. So at this point, I'd like to raise a glass to Gloria and Joe. It worked well. Right, it does get funner again. Before I finish, we must focus on the future. Today has been an absolute privilege to stand up here and talk on behalf of Angela. And this union is not just a measure of what's going to become, but it's also what's gone on for the last few years. Michael and Angela have been great lovers together, and this formal union is a declaration of our commitment to the future. And at this stage, as deputy joint father of the bride, I must extol words of wisdom as my brother did, of my vast experiences of mother? As a father and a husband. But unfortunately my wife's in the audience and she knows I have none. So instead of looking up Wikipedia or Google, I asked a close friend of mine, who's actually quite camp, so I'll probably repeat this in his camp accent. I don't know if you know him, he's called Oscar Wilde. He had a few things to say about love and marriage. So I asked him, and he turned around and said, "Oh mammy, them two's going to be awesome together. You're not to worry about me, girl." Obviously I was really digging the barrel from that one. Because of those sage words, I'm going to have to hand back to my brother to finish off this speech. Because I'm sure he has some more valid advice to offer.
Absolutely no idea how to follow that. Really, excellent. Brilliant. Except over the last few trainer weddings, there's a wee tradition, and although we're no Wordsworth or Yeats or
Oscar Wilde.
Oscar Wilde, we'll put together a few wee words for you. Okay? Not fine. We're working on it.
You're up next.
So, ode to Angela and Michael. Angela and Michael together at last, despite the absence of the Good Holy Mass. They met when they were in their teens. Michael knew she was his queen. But time moved on, they went their ways. Who would know we would reach this day? It has taken almost 30 years, but you can't rush love, can't rush in true love's fears. Michael has always loved Angela, but she was not ready to be a star. And so the years passed, the perms grew straight, the spandex were packed, but the desire still remained. Maria met Ange and said, Michael has moved. The straight was his home. You should call him, it's cool. It has taken them time, but life has shown that together is better and the way to move on. Soulmates for years and together at last. So now let us all please raise a glass to a couple that we knew should always be Mr. and Mrs. Michael Gainey. To the bride and groom. I'm just going to hand the word to the man of the hour now. Let's see how he follows all that.
Bernard stole my speech. Well, as he said, it was nearly 30 years ago that I first encountered the Trainer family. Back in those days, Maria and Perpetua weren't actually separate people, they were just the Waynes. Right, there's Bernard, there's Angela, there's Olga, there's Joe, there's the Waynes. But we first saw each other in the Scout Den, believe it or not. Our eyes met and Angela thought to herself, nah. But, you know, my plan, as Ricky and I discussed, my plan of 30 years, very, very careful work, eventually bore fruit. Now, Bernard has actually stolen most of what I wanted to say. You will notice that your party favours are not little bags of almonds. There's two causes here, one for mitochondrial disease and one for chest, heart and stroke. What Joe didn't say, because he's very self-deprecating, is that he is going to swim round the world to raise money. These are very good causes, they're very close to our hearts, so if you come across them and you think you can do anything for them, please do. I'd also like to thank the Brady's for doing bringing a much needed bit of class to this whole thing. Somebody has to counterbalance Mickey.
Please.
You say it with the other person I'm very proud of is Angela. Because she decided that she was going to be a nurse. She has been studying part-time and working part-time for years. As somebody whose job involves, you did that wrong, do it again. I get to sit and listen when she comes home and says, oh, there's a guy that got shot today, I stuck my finger in the bullet hole. What she does is actually important. I only pretend to work. I'm enormously proud of her. I'd also like to thank the Trainer family. They know exactly what they're getting. They have openly accepted me, they have defended me. And it's very much appreciated. okay. That's pretty much it, because you can just sort of rerun Bernard's tea. That's what we were going to say. I'm going to hand you over now to your best man.
I really don't like giving speeches.
Unaccustomed as I am to public speaking.
Very funny, Dad. Very funny. So, I'm just gonna basically give a bit of thanks to everyone here. I like to thank Dad for putting up with me for so many years, for every stupid comment I made, for every mistake I've ever committed, for picking me up when I was in an off license. I'm kidding, I was like 2 or what?
It was 2.
You're your own off license. My new job.
You're sober.
I know. Well, I'd like to thank the rest of you for coming on this special occasion. I'd like to thank Ange for being very supportive, very trying to make me healthier. I'm sorry, I'm just not really good at this.
She made me eat vegetables, I never bothered.
I like to. I'm sorry, this is.
That's okay.
It's okay.
I like to thank the bridesmaids and the flower girls for looking so lovely today. Even though it's my sister, and I can't really comment on it. I like to thank the trainers for being such nice people around me. I like to thank Mickey Smith for reminding me of Jack Nicholson. It'll be the Joker!
Echoed. Echo back.
Elsa here. I like to thank and to the family, and as everything goes, she's one of the only stepmothers I've ever seen that is not wicked or evil. I did see her buy a pot and various eyes and newts. I'll be here all week. I'd like to thank Brian and Granda for being probably the best grandparents I ever had on this side of the family. And I want to welcome Ange into the family as best man. I'm looking at you, Bobby. Everyone charge your glasses to the bride and groom. Bride and groom.